I'm the LeBron James of this. Hey, what's up? I'm Nietzsche. I'm a tasty producer, and it seems like everybody is obsessed with the fried chicken sandwich. But I think that there's a fried chicken sandwich that's super underrated. It's the fried chicken biscuit. You have a thick, flavorful piece of fried chicken on top of a warm, buttery, flaky biscuit. It's absolutely delicious. But sometimes I don't want to wait in line for hours just to get a breakfast sandwich. So I'm gonna make my own version and see how homemade stacks against fast food. All right, so we're gonna start with seasoning our chicken. Just something very simple, just salt and pepper. Make sure you get both sides. I like a nice flavorful piece of chicken. We're using chicken thighs. They are really juicy and kind of thick cuts of chicken, so if you maybe overcook it a little bit, you're not gonna notice as much. So I'm gonna load our chicken into the bag where we're gonna pour our marinade. First thing, I'm gonna add buttermilk here. Next, I'm gonna be adding pickle juice, and this might seem weird, but it adds a really, really nice tang to the chicken. This smells delicious. Okay, so make sure you wanna spread out all of those flavors and get your chicken completely coated in your marinade here. We're gonna let it sit overnight. See you guys tomorrow. So it's time to make the biscuit of our fried chicken biscuit, my favorite part. We're gonna start with adding flour, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. So we're gonna whisk our dry ingredients together to make sure that they are fully incorporated. We're gonna add our cold butter into our fully incorporated dry mixture here. And then I am just going to toss this together so that the butter is fully coated. And then I'm gonna use a pastry blender to cut this up. If you don't have a pastry blender, a fork is totally fine. I wouldn't recommend using your hands because if you don't use it quick enough, your butter is gonna get too warm and that's not exactly what we're looking for. We're gonna cut this about pea size. The bigger your butter is, the flakier your biscuit is gonna be. So once you get to a sandy texture here, you're pretty much done. And then you can go ahead and incorporate your buttermilk. Make sure you pour it slowly because when you pour it slowly, you can make sure that the dough gets kind of wet evenly without having to overwork it. And work smarter, not harder, people. Cool. I'm just gonna incorporate this in and just make sure all of our dough is nice and hydrated. Great, so this looks perfect, nice shaggy texture, which is exactly what we're looking for. So now I think I'm ready to start forming my biscuits. To get started, I'm gonna sprinkle some flour out on the surface where our dough is gonna go to prevent it from sticking. Then we're gonna dump the dough right on top of that, my favorite part. Let's make a mess. You just wanna kind of bring this together and form it before you start rolling it. Just kind of turn the dough into one big blob, if you will. You want to work it just to the point where it starts to come together. A good biscuit dough, you don't want to overwork it so that it stays tender when we're cooking. Great. So I think she's just about come together here. So we're gonna put a little bit more flour on the surface before we roll it out. Make sure you put some flour on your rolling pin as well, because that's gonna help with sticking. So we're looking to get this about an inch thick. And I think we're about good. I'm gonna use a 3-inch cookie cutter to cut the biscuits. Now make sure you dip this in the flour, because remember, you don't want it to stick. And then we're just gonna cut out 6 biscuits. Look how perfect this is. Like, I'm so excited to make this. So if you're losing your dough a little bit, just bring it back to its shape and then roll it out to about an inch again and keep cutting your biscuits. So these biscuits are looking absolutely perfect. Before I put them in the oven, I'm gonna brush the tops of them with butter, and then we're gonna add some flaky salt to them as well. So our biscuits are done. All we need to do is put them in the oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for about 12 to 15 minutes, and then we can get started on our chicken. Now it's time to make the breading for my chicken. I am going to combine some flour, baking powder, which is great to make sure that your chicken is really crunchy and stays crunchy. We've got some onion powder and some garlic powder, and then of course some salt. We're gonna whisk all of our dry ingredients together. Make sure it's all nice and incorporated. We're gonna add our buttermilk in, but only a little bit at a time, because it's gonna make sure that this mixture here flakes up. And what happens then is you're gonna get some really nice pockets of crunch on your chicken when you fry it. And this is what it's supposed to look like, nice and clumpy. And now we're ready to dip our chicken in. So a normal dredge is usually when you go from flour to egg to flour and then directly to frying, but we're not gonna do that here. We're gonna do a little bit of an untraditional method, which is we're gonna take our chicken here that's already been marinating already nice and wet, and that's gonna serve as kind of the binding that the egg would serve as. Make sure you press it in to make sure that it sticks. As you can see, we've got these extra little flakes here, and they're gonna get nice and crispy when you fry it. That's exactly what we want. All right, so now we're ready to fry our chicken. We've got our oil here heated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and we are going to start frying our chicken in batches. All right, so when you're putting it in, just make sure you put it in away from you. The sound of chicken frying is like one of the greatest sounds known to man. So I can already see my chicken is kind of starting to get nice and gold. We're gonna let this go for 5 to 7 minutes or until the internal temperature reaches 165 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm just gonna use the spider here to kind of push the chicken around and make sure that it's cooking evenly and they're not getting kind of clumped together. All right, these are looking absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna take it out, and remember I said we wanna make sure that our internal temperature is at 165 degrees, so I'm gonna use my little gadget here to make sure that we are perfectly at 165, which we are. So we're gonna go ahead and take the rest of our chicken out. Wow, look at this. Look how perfectly like just golden this is, looking absolutely beautiful. You got those nice crunchy pieces on the top. I'm gonna hit these pieces with a little bit more salt while they're still hot, just a little bit. All right, this is looking absolutely beautiful, pretty excited. We got super perfectly crispy golden brown chicken over here. And over here, we got some thick homemade flaky biscuits. So when we bring these things together, just explosion in your mouth. We're just gonna cut our biscuit in half. Now I'm gonna brush one side with butter, and then we're gonna put a piece of chicken on it. We'll go for a medium size, and then we're gonna close it on top here. And guys, that's a chicken biscuit, and it looks gorgeous. You can add other toppings to this, pickles, mayo, slaw. I guess it depends on when you wanna have it. So how about we see how it stacks up against the competition, huh? We are here with my friend David. He is going to be our taste tester, and I've got 2 chicken biscuit sandwiches for you.
Looking at these, my first glance, I'm thinking like, it reminds me of like Good Burger. Like this was the, you know, regular chicken patties, and they sprinkled this one with something magical and kind of made it twice the size. They put a little pie-out right there, a little pie-out on the top. I like that. I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. Let's try this one out first.
It's a good crunch, I can hear it.
I gotta say it's good. It was definitely crispy, like you said, kind of has like that crunch you want in the biscuit, but it was still soft. The chicken was good. It had that like, some familiar taste, but I can't even really put it together quite yet. I'm interested to see what's going on with the big boy though.
Okay, all right, well, let's see what's up with the big boy.
See if I could.
That's a good crunch. That's a great bite.
This is what I want when I want like a chicken biscuit. Like this one was good, you know, it had like that crispy kind of crunchy flavor, light, airy biscuit. But when I bit into this one, I could almost feel the extra butter that I would put in all my recipes that I'm not supposed to.
So I'm glad to hear that this one's your favorite, because this one's actually from Chick-fil-A.
Wow, that's really good. I mean, this is like really good.
Yeah,
this one, I do have to say, is just a little bit better. Like they're both amazing, but this one just takes the cake for me.
So worth staying in as opposed to like driving out.
Oh yeah, we're staying in for sure. I'm actually gonna go ahead and take this opportunity to do a little bit more market research.
Oh, word.
I hope, you know, this goes well.
Yeah, seems likely. Thanks, David. Well, there you guys have it. Our homemade fried chicken biscuit in a blind taste test wins out against the fast food fried chicken biscuit. Fast food's really great in a pinch, but if you got a little bit of extra time, I really recommend you guys trying this out. It's absolutely delicious. If there are any other fast foods you want us to try, make sure you leave it in a comment below, and we will see you guys next time.
Oh, yes.